Junie B. Jones has a monster under her bed. Oh, no. Oh, right? Not again. Let's see. And this time we have it set up. Characters and setting. What do characters mean? People who are in the story. People that we hear talking, right? People who are active in the story. What about the setting? What does setting mean? Yes. The place where the story is taking place. All right, Junie B. Jones has a monster under her bed. The author is Barbara Park. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I put the illustrator as the author. I wrote Barbara. And then I thought, no, Sarah, you're wrong. No, I wasn't. Okay, sometimes, you know. The author, Barbara Park. Illustrator, Denise Brunkus. What does illustrator mean? The person who draws the pictures. And the author is the person who writes the story, right? Okay, chapter 1. The Cheese Man. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice. Except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I am in the grade of afternoon kindergarten. Today we got school pictures taken at that place. School pictures is when you wear your bestest dress, and you go to the cafeteria, and Cheese Man is there. He makes you say, cheese. Only, I don't actually know why. Then he takes a picture of you, and your mother has to buy them, or else you will get your feelings hurt. School pictures is a racket, I think. I wore my new dress with a dinosaur on the front. A dinosaur, huh? Said the Cheese Man. I smoothed my skirt very lovely. Yes, I said. It's a Tyrannosaurus Dottie. You mean a Tyrannosaurus Rex? He said, no, I mean a Tyrannosaurus Dottie, because Rex is the boy and Dottie is the girl, I explained. The Cheese Man stood behind his camera. Say cheese, he told me. Yeah, only guess what? I don't actually know why I have to say that word. Because what's cheese got to do with it? I asked. Cheese makes you smile, said the Cheese Man. I shook my head. Not me. Cheese doesn't make me smile, I said. Because sometimes I eat a cheese sandwich for lunch, and I don't even giggle when I swallow that thing. The Cheese Man did a big breath. Could you please just say it? He asked. Yes, I said, I can please just say it. Only don't forget to tell me when you're ready. Because one time my Grandpa Frank Miller was taking my picture, and he didn't tell me he was ready. And then one of my eyes turned out open. And the other one turned out closed. I made the face to show him. See my eyes? See how one of them is open and the other one is... All of a sudden, the Cheese Man took my picture. My mouth came wide open at him. Hey, how come you did that? How come you took my picture? Because it wasn't even ready yet. The Cheese Man kept on clicking his camera. Pretty soon, he looked at the next person in line. Next, he said. I stamped my foot. Yeah, only I wasn't ready, I tell you. Also, I need another turn, I said. Just then, my teacher came over, and she pulled me away from there. She sat me next to her on the bench. Her name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like calling her Mrs., and that's all. Mrs. said, "Settle down," to me. Then me and her watched the rest of the children get their pictures taken. My bestest friend named Lucille went next. She had a blue satin ribbon in her hair. "My Nana says this ribbon brings out the blue in my eyes," she told the cheese man. She opened them real wide. "See them? They're robin egg blue. Just a hint of lavender." The cheese man sucked in his cheeks. He was getting frustration in him, I think. "Could you please just say cheese?" he grouched. Lucille smiled real big with all of her teeth. "Cheese!" she sang very loud. "Cheese, cheese, 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 cheese." She kept on singing cheese till the cheese man said, "Knock it off." After she was done, Lucille skipped over to me and Mrs. "Did you see me?" she asked. "Did you see how good I said cheese? That's because I'm going to be a model when I grow up, so I already know." She fluffed her fluffy hair. "The camera is my friend," she said. Mrs. rolled her eyes way up to the ceiling. I looked up there too, but I didn't see anything. After it was time for the class picture, is when all of room 9 lines up into 2 rows. The biggie kids stand in the back. Uh-oh. And the shorties kids stand in the front. I'm a shorty kid, only that's nothing to be ashamed of. I stood next to Polly Allen Puffer. He looked very admiring at my dinosaur dress. "Dinosaurs bite people's heads off," he said. I did a frown. "Yeah? Only they can't even scare me, because there's no such thing as dinosaurs anymore," I told him. "So, there's still such thing as monsters that can bite your head off," said Polly Allen Puffer. "A monster lives right under your bed, I bet. My big brother says that everybody has a monster under their bed." He poked his fingers at me. "Even you, Junie B. Jones," he said. I got the shivers in my arms. "No, I do not either, Polly Ann Puffer," I said. "Yes, you do too," he said back. "My brother's in 7th grade, and he says the monster waits till you're asleep, then he crawls up next to you, and he lies down on your pillow and practices fitting your head in his mouth." I covered my ears, but Polly Ann Puffer talked louder. "I can even prove it," he said. "Didn't you ever wake up with drool spot on your pillow?" I thought very hard. "Yeah, so?" "So where do you think it came from?" he asked. "It came from the monsters under your bed, that's where. It's monster drool, Julie B. Jones." I shook my head real fast. "No, it is not, Polly Ann Puffer. You stop saying that, and I mean it." He raised up his eyebrows. "Well, where did it come from then? You don't drool on your pillow, do you? You're not a baby, are you?" "No, don't call me that. I'm not a baby," I yelled. Polly Ann Puffer crossed his arms. "So where did the drool come from then?" he asked. "I don't know," I said, "but my daddy told me there's no such thing as monsters." "So what? Daddies have to say that," said Polly Ann Puffer. "That's so you'll sleep at night and not bother them." He squinted his eyes at me. "Why do you think daddies and mommies sleep together in the same room anyway?" "It's so that they can protect each other from the monster, or else their heads might get chewed off." "Come on, Polly Ann Puffer." Just then, I wrinkled up my nose at that terrible thought. Then I hanged out my tongue, and I did a sick face. And guess what? The cheese man took the class picture. Oh, no! Well, what are we going to do with her? All right, so Chapter 1. Who are the characters? Now you can unmute yourself, Mark. Okay, Mark, do you remember any of the people? Any of the characters? Okay. Uh-oh, bringing it too close. Hold on. Okay. Mary Kate, do you remember anybody? Junie B. Junie B. Jones. Who else? Cheese. Who made us say cheese? The picture man. So the cheese picture man. Who else? Who's so beautiful with her blue eyes? Who's that? Blue. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. My Nana buys me all these expensive dresses. Lucille. Who else? Who did she have to sit next to? Oh, Polly. Yeah. Polly Puffer. Who else? Who else? Who did she have to sit next to because she was being naughty? Miss Laura, do you remember? It was Mrs., the teacher. Yeah. She had a very minor role. Very minor. Where were they? What were they doing? They were getting their what taken? Their pictures. And when you get school pictures taken, you are at school. Yes. School. Now, are the monsters real, or was Polly Puffer being mean? Are there really monsters under our beds, or are they just being mean? Just being mean. Is that a good friend or a bad friend? That's a bad friend. That's not a good... Yes, you're right, Mark. Not a good friend. So we'll read the next chapter later. We'll see ya.